What's going on, people? It's Big Homie. We're out here. My first open front video. Let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how to master, get busy in open front. And obviously, if you're watching this video, you already know about the game. But basically, you take over the world, take over the map. So anybody standing in my way, yeah, they dead. Let me stop. But I'm playing here on a 50-player Europe map, I think it is. So we're chilling. We're down here where all the NPCs is at. And my goal is to not die. Better, easier said than done, I guess. So I'm chilling. I'm still trying to figure out the editing and stuff. The voice on whatever mic was picking up when I recorded the video, it was terrible. So I'm trying to voice over it. But basically what I'm doing here, I'm seeing the annexation. I'm trying to at least get one. On this map, it's very possible to get some annexations. Down in this spawn, not really, because there's all the NPCs and shit. But, you get one, put you ahead of the game. I see some people around me that are strong, like the purple guy's kind of strong. He's saving troops well. I see the Factory Ink guy in the top left. And, I don't know, I want to be his friend. Because, everybody just is factory freaking maxing and shit now. Every game is 30 minutes long. It's no more steamroll games. Which is fun, but God, it's a fucking headache sometimes. So I'm out here, I'm just looking, I'm staying a little bit strong, trying to do what we gotta do. Damn, bro, the Rec 4 screen recording thing is absolutely in the way of my troop count. That is not good. On the bottom left, I don't like that. So I'm gonna have to figure out another way. If you guys know another way, please let me know in the comments. I was trying to use OBS, but it was kind of bugging out, so I had this thing for when I was doing stuff with, for my other YouTube channel that I have absolutely neglected the past year, about my traveling adventures. I'm a full-time traveler, you know the vibes. Yeah, see, I got pinched off by Hungary there, and I'm getting slammed by NPCs and shit. So it's a great way to start. It's a terrible start, honestly. I'm getting absolutely cooked. I only have 2 cities. I got no freaking money coming in. But if you see here, I get that factory. Yes, I do get that factory. And that can hook us up into Factory Ink. My boy Factory Ink right there. And this is where I was like, I don't want to ally with him, but I have to. Just because, there's other opportunities. And, I got to take it. I try to ally with this Jacob guy. And you're going to see, he's a pain in the ass. So I got the kill there, and I snag a 3rd city, which is huge. Huge start. And I'm hooked up. I'm going to continue to hook up to his link. I want to hook up those cities, but we'll get there. I'm just chilling right now. I'm looking. I see the NPCs. This guy just starts hitting me, and I'm way stronger than him. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck was his, his idea there. We got some water. Still trying to figure out his idea and what the hell he was thinking. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And that kind of slows my game down a little bit because I had no money for a defense post for him. But I see this. Instead of attacking the NPC, I want to hit the guy that's weak. And I had the position in Italy already. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to hit the guy that's weak. He's getting worked on already. I got the alliance down there. I betray this. Figure someone's going to help me out here. So I have a ton of troops. And let him push back a little bit and then try to take his shit, Just trying to stay moving. The more you get stagnant in that early game, you're kind of cooked. Especially in this map where people can just steamroll so fast. If you notice on the leaderboard, there's a guy with 7.6% already, you know what I mean? Some guy's rolling with a lot of troops. So I'm going to take this guy out. I'm going to get him out of the game. I'll take those islands. Those islands are good. And then you notice some people going in Africa there. There's a freaking asshole over there that I want to take out, but we'll see that in a second. Yeah, see, they're trying to hit me. So I see this guy betrayed. Boom. We try to get that city. I get that city. Just stay rolling. The whole point is to just don't stagnate. Take risk. Fuck it. If you lose, you lose. You're gonna lose anyway if you don't take the risk. But I'm making good money here. If you notice, I'm sitting on the mill chilling. This orange guy's a pain in my ass too. It's a pain in my assholes. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do against him. No, send me the alliance. He's strong. I said take it. Let's just take it. I wanted to blast him, but I didn't do this right away. I waited because I didn't want to get his aggro. And once I seen that, I'm like, all right. He had a silo and shit. I'm like, all right, let me go. It's game time. Let me at least get something out of it because they're gonna get a whole ton of shit. Easy A really took a lot there. He took pretty much everything, which kind of sucked. Sent him to the alliance, and I'm like, all right, I'm tired of this freaking orange guy. So then I start boating in. We start just getting his shit away from me, getting the fuck away from me because he's pain in my assholes. So I'm continue. You see how the already existing train networks? I'm already throwing this. I'm throwing the cities on those networks. That's the most and especially early game. That's how you really optimize it, at least, because the train has a destination, and you just throw it along that line, and you're just picking up money along the way. This guy's super strong. So I'm trying to send him the alliance, put some defenses down, at least make it difficult. I have the warship there, so he can't really boat. He's not really complying. He doesn't want to ally me because I was lower on troops than him. And Mr. Factory Inc. I clicked it, and it doesn't... Did it ever happen to you guys? You guys fucking click their alliance and everything. It doesn't work. It's a pain in the ass. Send him a little handshaker. You know, I don't want him to hit me. He hits me, our games are both destroyed. I have that early silo to try to put the intimidation factor. If you guys can realize that I am not the brightest individual. Alright, so we're cooking, we're chilling. I keep trying to spam that alliance. I need that alliance to go forward. If I don't ally with him, then my game is pretty much cooked at this point. So he takes the alliance, which is good. Now, like, it goes on to the... You got to stay moving. So I'm not doing anything with my troops. Let me get some islands. Let me get closer to people. Let me just, like, keep going. At least so they don't take it. And if I build some shit, they can't just boat in and then, go from there. Continue to build on the train network. I'm making so much money here. Like, I'm tapped in with literally everybody. I should have probably put a silo next to Purple to hook up to his train line, but me and Factory Inc. were just balling, bro. Absolutely balling. So I'm chilling. Now this is where I make a decision. I go for blue or I go for purple. Purple's land is tough to take. He got a lot of defense posts. He has some islands. I get that alliance, which is good. I have more troops than both of them. So I ended up taking it with purple, which I felt like it was the right choice. I mean, I could have really went either way, but blue had a bunch in green land, and look at that. He just crumbles. He had 6 cities, 7 cities right next to my border, so I was like, all right. Boom, take the 8th city, and, I just boosted my cap by over 200k. Boom, right there, down. Lady Gaga, I wanted to accept this, but I figure I'd get some defense posts going, and then just infrastructure up. And I know they're saying ports aren't the meta, but if you put ports on train lines, it's a double money, win. So it's like, if you can get them by a train line with allies, it might be worth it. So I put a couple ports down there. Let's get rolling. And I see him get hit by Baba Ganoush. Baba Ganoush. Remember that name. And I'm like, all right, let me join in on the action. I had, like, freaking no troops, bro. I don't know where all my troops went. I think he blunted my attack or something, bro. I don't know. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to get too low because then I had Omerta there. Like, I didn't really want to fight him. Then I had Gamey. Gamey up there. Remember that name too. And, right now, once I get the alliance with Omerta, I'm like, okay, I can spend down. I was trying to stay above a Hydro to have the intimidation factor. A lot of it is mental games. Have the intimidation factor. Have a hydrogen bomb. Think, okay, if I attack this guy, I ruin my game. So just keep that in mind. Put some SAMs down after they accepted it. I'm like, all right, I got a really infrastructure up here because these dudes are strong. So I didn't mind spending down. I had alliances with everybody I really needed to. And my only target really is pink at this moment. So just keep an eye on that, and then keep an eye on the Southwest. Maybe I'm spoiling it a little bit, but this is a voiceover, of course, guys. I'm gonna try to do a different thing with the mic. I have an idea I could do that I'll try for the next video. And if you guys are watching this, shout out y'all. Appreciate it. If y'all want to support, like, subscribe. And I'm gonna put my vlog channel too, if you guys are into like travel stuff. I have so much stuff I have to edit. It's funny, I'm editing an open front video. Typical procrastination. This is about how it goes. So I'm chilling right now. I'm really freaking low. That guy blunted my attack. I got my troops back. I didn't want to get borders with Green until he had the alliance. I didn't want to, put myself a target to him. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go, and I feel like he's gonna go. So I put some warships there, so in case he tried to boat in, I could at least have some sort of defense. He doesn't want to accept the alliance, which is good. Which then he notices, okay, I have 17 million. Maybe I should take the alliance with him. So I look down here, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on down here? These guys are just killing each other. And I'm like, all right. I requested an alliance. I'm like, he was really strong. I was like, I don't want to fight you. But then he was like, all right, I hate this guy more than I hate you. And here, take my stuff. And I was like, yo, you're the GOAT. That was a goated move. If you guys do that, I fucking love you. Especially when you have all this infrastructure next to me, So he full sends that guy and gives me all of his land, probably 10 cities down there or whatever. So I was like, all right, that's cool with me. And I'm trying to ally with this guy. He's lower than me in troops. I'm like, yo. Trying to renew. I'm sending him fucking emojis and shit. I tried to make this guy a mitochondria, but he ended up leaving the game, which was sad. I would have loved to have him down there. I would have protected him. So I got 1 million troops. A couple people got a lot of troops too. And then I noticed, okay, this guy has money, and his islands are right there. So thanks for the 3.5 mil. At this point, I have 45 fucking mil. I'm like, how the fuck? I didn't even think I noticed I had this much money yet. So what I did, I put a huge boat into him, and I sent him the alliance. I'm like, all right, well, here, wake up. I'm hitting him with more troops than he has. Wake up, accept the alliance. He started blunting the attack. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm trying to renew these alliances, but it's just I'm clicking the button. Look how many times I'm clicking the fucking button. This guy just completely crumbles. He has no money. I realize he has no money. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to go kill him then. And look at all that. That's what really helped me in this game right here. Just these two guys beefing. Yo, if you're not going to win a fight, you got to be friendly with people. If not, they're just going to ruin your fucking game. If you're really trying to win, if you really have that hatred, it is what it is. But when people attack you and shit, if really is not going to benefit you, try to ally. Man, because, you're never out for the count. I've had some crazy fucking games where it's no way, I just won that. So he left the game, and I'm like, all right, well, let me take all this shit. And I notice I'm getting hit. I'm like, who's hitting me? And I'm like, oh, a blessing. So he full sends those guys up there, or at least Sin. I guess the Sin guy really pissed him off. I got a bunch of shit here, too. Look, I got Sam's, I got all that infrastructure. So that was nice. Shit is going wild, buck wild right now. They're all fighting each other. And I see in the north, I'm like, yo, you know what? I should probably get a position up there. I'm like, let me see. Let me get a position up there. Let me get a little boat, a little 1%er. So I'm allied with just about everybody. I allied with the Iceland guy. I always ally with those fucking guys. Don't be on their shit list. Unless you can go over there and kill them right away. Because, yeah, they'll ruin your game. This guy he left the game, so I was kind of pissed. I would love to have him as my mitochondria, but it is what it is. At this point, I have 95 fucking million. And I've double the troops as everybody. I have 100 cities. So I throw a couple warships down there. It's a good trade route to control. I'm like, all right, let me just take his shit out now. It's time to get him out the game. He had a mill. Yeah. Never know when those islands are going to be needed. So now I'm just looking at the board. Gamey is the most land, but I have the most structures. Baba Ganoush is close behind me, but he has no land. Factory Inc., he's doing good. He's making money. And in these end games, especially when people have mervs, you need a fucking merv. If you don't have a merv, then people will not take you seriously, and they will kill you. Just a heads up. So I have a ton of money in unprotected land, so I was like, all right, let me just Sam up everywhere. At least just protect myself from hydrogens a little bit. I could build a bunker on those islands. We'll see down the line. So I see that guy that's Omerta with 14 million. Gamey should have cleaned that up. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. That's 14 mil just sitting right there. It's like, I don't know. I'm looking at Factory Inc. and I'm like, you're spending down, bro. He has 11 mil. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be able to make that money fast enough. So I got to renew with Gamey. I think he missed the, okay, yeah, there we go. He renews. He renews, and I'm just kind of just chilling right now. So I'm just kind of chilling. I'm like, all right, let me build up with him. I'm looking at Factory Inc. and I'm like, dude, you don't have money. Like, you have 7 mil. Like, you gotta stay above a Merv here, bro. Everybody has a Merv. Everybody strong has a Merv on the board, and you're the only one without a Merv. And he wants to renew, and I'm like, I have the pixel up there. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bunker up over here. I didn't commit to it right away. I was probably really irresponsible of me. But I'm like, okay, I have the pixel. Let me put a silo here. So in case the guy in one of them betrays me, I have a northern silo and I'll just fucking Merv you. You know what I mean? So Factory Inc., he has no money. He has 15 million. He doesn't have a Merv. I'm gonna have to eat a hydrogen bomb. I know that's coming. But I'm like, it's worth it. It's worth it to get a guy out of the game that, gets a Merv and dictates. Bob Ganoush wants to renew. I think he didn't realize that I was pushing. But I don't think he had a choice anyway. So I'm just rolling this kid, and I had a little misplay coming, but I took all of his land. He had so much that, you know what I mean. I just had to do it. I'm trying to micro a little bit. Let me throw some warships. This is where I fucked up. I zoomed in way too much, and then look, I'm not paying attention. And then, I miss out on this guy. So I said, okay, I got some of it, though. I got a nice amount of that. I didn't get all of it, but it wasn't bad. Look, I'm not paying attention. He builds a silo. And, yeah, he knows coming. Bow. I was like, okay, that hurt. But it is what it is. I'm allied. I had to aim it the right way. See, I just didn't get the betrayal there. I'm like, okay, let me clean him up, get him out the game. No loose ends. Try to take out some of the warships. No, I was just like, all right, I have 100 million. Let me just not even waste time. So I got a guy out of the game, which is good. It was worth it. I think it was definitely worth it. He took out a bunch, but with that hydro, but I think getting somebody out of the game and still profiting something, I mean, it's worth it. If you're under a Merv, and and your base is somewhat protected, like, he really didn't have anywhere to bomb me other than the shit I just took from him that he didn't protect. So clean up loose ends. See purple guy down there. I'm like, all right, I could take him out and just keep it rolling. This is when I notice, I'm like, nobody's taking the guys on the right. Look, when I snapped up there, nobody's taking guys on the right. So I'm like, all right, I have another silo. Start looking, always got to survey the board. That's where these people fucked up. They let me get over there, and then they let me get an extra 14 million. So it makes no sense. Shot over like 5-6 warships over there. Fuck it. I'm still gonna profit anyway. I have 5 million troops at this point, and I think I could have rushed right here, but I was waiting. I was waiting for my time, and I think my time was coming soon. I spend down. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, see, I fucking put my attack ratio up. I'm like, oh, should I do it? And I'm like, oh shit, I have 25 cities undefended. Let me fix this. Put some warships out. I could have defended this better too. I think I should have put the SAMs in the middle, based on like where everybody is and where they're gonna try to blow my shit up from. And I'm like, okay, that's gone. Let me take both of those islands. And now we just chill. I make so much money so fast, bro. Like, it was actually insane. like I spent down to like 60 million and I just like pop right back up to 80. I'm just chilling. And this is how these end games are now. It's just I like steamrolling. I like getting it done quick, but it's rarely the case no more with all the factory max and stuff. If you guys want to see any like mitochondria gameplay, island gameplay, I've been having fun on the islands lately. I've had some fun wins. I had a crazy win from Madagascar that I really wish I recorded. In an Africa map, that shit was hilarious. I couldn't believe it. It was in VC and everybody was laughing. Like, there's no way he's about to win this game. But yeah, I got 6 million troops now. I'm about to get into these positions, make some money. So, yeah, I'm just chilling now. I mean, fuck. There's not much else to talk about. I'm kind of just planning my how I'm going to do this here. And, you know, I have 100 mil. Nobody has close to the amount of cities I have. Nobody has close to the amount of money I have. Double the money of everybody. I probably should have sammed up a little bit better here, but if you're thinking about it, I'm going to get merved. I should have just built that bunker up way higher at this point. At this point in the game, I should have built that bunker up to like 100 cities, 20 SAMs. And now I'm thinking, is this go time now? You know, is this fucking go time? So I'm thinking, I'm like, all right. If I merv Baba Ganoush, and because Gamey has all the land, so if I like troop rush Gamey and merv Baba Ganoush, you know, maybe that would give me the right time. So I'm thinking, like, fuck it, let's do it. So my mervs are gonna hit way quicker than his mervs, and I just full send Gamey. I'm like, fuck this. So I double merv Gamey, Baba Ganoush, and I push Gamey, and it was kind of a misplay a little bit. My game just starts freaking out. My fucking shit is all fucked up. I don't know, something wrong with this computer. When I play on my Mac, it doesn't do this. My MacBook. Maybe because it's a brand new fucking MacBook. But so I got like triple merved. And he still has troops. And I'm like, and I didn't realize his little bunker is protected by 2 fucking SAMs, bro. I didn't realize right away. I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I still have all of my money left. So I have to stop somebody's attack. I have to weaken them a little bit with Hydros, because they don't have a lot of land left, so Hydros are going to really hurt them, you know what I mean? And I see this guy pushing, I'm like, oh, shit. You know, Iceland, man, you know, you gotta be cool with the Iceland, man. I'm like, all right, he doesn't have a lot of land, so if I merve that, he's going to lose a lot of troops. Hit Gamey again, boom, he loses a fuck ton. Tevin, the Iceland guy, I mean, he lost fucking, all his troops, lost like 400k troops. So I'm like, all right. Let me continue building up some cities on this island in case, you know, something else happens. They keep blowing up all my shit. And I still don't realize this guy's fucking 50 cities protected by 2 SAMs. This guy has I could probably breach that, but I'm like, yo, you know, it might not be worth it. I keep trying to send the alliance to this dude. He noticed I have 40 million, so I could, every time he hits me, I could just blow him up. And he was like, all right, fuck this. But at this point, I realized, I'm like, wait a second. He has like 40 cities divided by 2 SAMs. I still don't notice. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so stupid, bro. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not the smartest folk. This guy has a lot of troops. So I just want to keep his troop count down while mine builds. You know what I mean? Boom. He loses half his troops. So, like, while mine builds up, he lost half his troops. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, this guy's screwed. So, let's go right there. And that's gonna whiff. I'm such a fucking moron, bro. I'm like, okay, well, let's try this again. I'm like, okay, he just lost everything pretty much. So that's about that. And I figure, all right, if I get in here, you know, now I have 1 million troops. Gamey's low. Well, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do here. I'm not gonna need a merv because Gamey's not really making any money. So I'm like, I'm going to use these Hydros to my advantage. I'm getting in. Baba Ganoush has no shot. Gamey needs to push here. I don't know what he's doing because he has 1 million troops. So I don't know what the heck he was doing. Shout out Gamey if he's ever watches this. I don't know what the fuck you were doing, bro. But he has no land. So Hydros just hurt so much, dude. Like, look, 1.4 million troops. He lost 600k troops off a Hydro that didn't hit any infrastructure. You know, he has a shit ton of cities. Baba Ganoush, my stack. I think he built a battery somewhere that I didn't realize. So I'm looking and like nobody's messing with my stack. So I'm like, all right, well, let's keep going. Look, he loses fucking 800k troops. He loses all his troops. See, look at all the atom bombs. I didn't realize that either. I'm looking. I'm like, what's going on? I didn't pay much attention to that stack, which was kind of stupid because there was a ton of cities there. And Gamey still has 80 cities, you know, and he full sends. He's done now. You know, really misplayed by these guys. They should have really worked together and got me better. And then if you notice, keep looking at that bottom right. He's still going for it, bro. And Gamey gave up. And boom, the stack is gone. I'm like, all right. I'm looking, I'm like, I gotta kill Iceland, man. I was thinking about bombing him. I'm like, you know what, let me just make this fucking easy for myself. I'm like, let me just get him out of here. And that's the game. And that's a win. Big homie, baby. We on the board on YouTube, man. Come on. So, I mean, shout out Iceland guy for not being a pain in my ass. But, yeah, I looked, I'm like, oh my God, no way. They just fucked me over there. I didn't even realize. Thank God, too, because Gamey would have had more cities than me. He really didn't defend well. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Give him a heart. And yeah, that's my game. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, follow, subscribe. I'm trying to drop at least a couple videos a day. So, let's get it. Thanks for watching.